One thing I would want to change straight up is that the camera angles suck. I could not see this goal in a good position during the match. In the replay, I cannot pan to see exactly whose fault this is on the line. This is going in. Elias Mariba should be reacting, Dominic should be catching things, but I can't see that until, 3/4 of the way through the replay, because we're behind the goal for some stupid reason. So let's change the camera angles up. I want to see a pan anywhere camera option during replays in FM24. Another thing I would like to see in FM24 is that when I go to make a substitute at this very moment, I can see a string of happiness levels of the substitutes, and currently that doesn't look too bad, but you will occasionally see a nervous player in this space. And what I would love to do is what happens in real life. You would send a couple of substitutes to go and warm up before you actually make the substitution. What I'd like that to change is a little bit of sharpness if they aren't the sharpest, and the confidence level of that player, because they are aware that they're going onto the pitch before the substitution happens, should change minimally, but it should change, so that if you have someone that's nervous that would prefer to sit on the bench, that is only an attitude problem that you've got to expend from your team if you don't want that to happen. Send substitutes out for warm-ups before they come onto the pitch in order to improve their confidence level when they come onto the pitch. If you're forced into a change because of a red card or an injury unexpectedly, then yes, you're going to have to face into the fact that someone's not going to be completely warmed up. But I think it's a genuine thing that happens in real life. It's a sensible addition and an easy one for SI to incorporate. So send substitutes to warm up should be part of FM24. The third thing I would like to see FM24 have that FM23 and previous FMs have never had, and this is another easy one to implement for Sports Interactive. You should be able to bring your staff with you, whether it's your assistant manager, your director of football, whoever you want to take control of different interviews, and you should be able to teach those people how you would answer these questions. Because let's be honest, after 5 seasons you are not getting any new questions in Football Manager. So I want to be able to train my staff, and this is another reason why you'd want to take your staff with you to another club if you're a journeyman. I want to train my staff with the responses that I give, so that later on in my Football Manager save I do not have to worry about anyone saying anything stupid in broadcast interviews or in pre-game interviews or post-match interviews. Just all of this stuff should be teachable so that it makes the game that much simpler, that much more intuitive, and that much more fun for the player, and you are not wasting time saying, yes, that was disappointed, but I was pleased with the aspects of the game. Actually, I'm going to say that we were really poor and we have to improve in the future. I get that some of this stuff can change game on game, but for 99% of responses, there's a good answer to pick, and you do learn that as a player, so teach it. It might take you a year to actually learn it first, but in years 2, 3, 4, teach your assistant manager to go out there and say something sensible. End transmission. The next change that I think should happen is a training change. Now, when you are going into your tactics, you will start to see eventually, hopefully, these lines forming that say Nico and Elias Mariba have a good partnership and generally play well together. If we compare that with Guillemon and Mariba, then they have a decent partnership. I think that training options should also include smashing together 2 players. It might be 2 that you've just signed at exactly the same time. You can put them through drills together, you can put them through bonding experiences together if you have to, but you're trying to engineer a relationship between 2 players on the pitch, and I think in real life you would be partnering people up. Whether it's a centre mid partnership, a centre defensive partnership, wingers and attacking midfielders, or 2 centre forwards, you should be able to basically talk to building on relationships on the pitch through training. Now, it can't always work. It can't be as simple as just you two are going to get along. You should be faced with challenges that say these two are not showing any signs of improving. You'll get the dashed line in between central defenders if you have two players that are incompatible, and that should come through learnings from the training camp, right? So that is my next suggestion, is that you should have partnership training in your training options for your squad. My last suggestion for Sports Interactive to implement an easy, quick win, a bit of low-hanging fruit if you will, is going to be in this year's new feature, the Squad Planner. Now, I'm not the biggest fan of the Squad Planner. I am more a fan of the old pen and paper, and I think that the pen and paper has just so much more going for it because you can quickly put whatever tags you want to whatever level over the player. But what I would have here, I mean, the problem with the Squad Planner is that you can't customize this bar here. So something that the Squad Planner currently doesn't do is show you at this level where your homegrown status is, where your youth prospects are, where your biggest wage bill emanates, where your captain and vice captain lie, whether or not you want someone to get shot of in the next transfer window, or if you have a gap, there's no kind of assessment that's pre-done for you in this view. And on all of the evaluations that I produce on pen and paper, I've got symbols galore that I know exactly what they mean. It could mean they're currently out on loan, or that they're currently in on loan, because that's important as well. For example, Kluivert here, he's one of my loanees. He's going to be gone at the end of this season. Why isn't his name a different colour? It's not customizable enough to match the dynamism of pen and paper, and I've got a full video about that over on my channel. So that's my top 5 quick wins for Sports Interactive this year. Let me know what you think down in the comments, and until next time guys, adios.